What is up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. And before I get to this review, let me explain exactly where I have been this whole time. So you're probably wondering, like, dang, Alex, like after that last video, you just decided to disappear and just say F you to YouTube. Well, here's the thing, my YouTube channel has become at this point it's like inevitable for it to be anything but wrestling. I mean, when I watched AEW's Full Gear, it's like it was a good show, but it had some problems. And I said to myself, at least I'm having fun with what AEW is doing. I don't think it's perfect, but I think that there's a lot of good stuff going, and there's some stuff to get excited for, and then some not so good stuff to get excited for, as far as AEW goes. But at the end of the day, I'm invested. Now, before I tell you about Survivor Series, let me tell you where I was yesterday. That was a Farouk concert in Los Angeles where I attended with my girlfriend. Now, I'm not the biggest Farouk fan, or whatever the hell his name is. I think he's alright as a talented, but at the end of the day, you know what? I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a good time, and you know what? I am so glad that I went to support something that my girlfriend appreciates. Now, if I took my girlfriend to see this piece of shit, then I would be like, "What the fuck did we just do?" Like, trust me, that would have been a whack ass night. So if you are a wrestling fan and you love your woman or you love your partner or whatever, do not take your partner to a show like this because this shit was garbage. Now, for starters, they kept teasing and giving hints that The Rock may attend at this show. They promoted his Netflix movie that he's with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. So they kept promoting it. I was afraid that they were gonna pull something like Miz and Damian Priest at a Backlash where they try to promote Batista's movie with a bunch of fucking zombies. I was like, oh great. Somewhere in the battle royal or in the women's match or one of the tag eliminations, whatever happens, they're gonna have a bunch of spies jump in and just like attack everybody out of nowhere, and then maybe Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and almost have to defend. Like, I hope some dumb shit like that doesn't happen. Luckily, that did not happen. But even though, what could be worse? Like, well, let's just talk about the show now. We moved one of the matches to the pre-show, which I think they were right on doing this. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Damian Priest. I'm not gonna lie, it just didn't sound like it clicked to me. Like I thought to myself, like, Nakamura and Priest, it sounds like a solid match, but it's just like I don't see the two styles mixing well. And I like both of these guys. But yeah, never saw the styles clicking well. And plus, Nakamura, you know what's crazy? They book him great when he is just another guy on the roster, but when you make him champion, he's just another generic loser. I'm sorry, that's how I see Shinsuke Nakamura. And then as far as Damian Priest go, let's be honest, the only reason why they are trying with Damian Priest is because he's connected with Bad Bunny. And if he wasn't connected with Bad Bunny, I'm pretty sure he would have been dropped off like those other wrestlers that got released this week on Thursday or whenever the hell that was. Because they just don't give a shit. I mean, at this point, it's just a company trying to go out of business until like they feel like it. And yeah, I'm just like, I don't fucking feel anything fun about this. But anyways, I can't even remember the match. All I know is how it ended, which is Priest attacking Nakamura and with a guitar, which makes Nakamura win the match by disqualification. So SmackDown gets a victory on the pre-show, and I said to myself, why do I get the feeling that they're going to pull a Survivor Series 2018? If you remember that show, every match Raw won except the pre-show match, and then it's not gonna be canon with the rest, so it wouldn't matter in the first place. So in my head, I was like, they're gonna do this shit again, and sure enough, I was half right. We start off the show with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. I was skeptical about this match because this is the most controversial match in the show because everybody's talking about what the hell is gonna happen now. When you have a match like this that is with the hype, like why the fuck would you put this first? Like even though you may think the match sucks, or if you think something like this could be horrible, like don't you at least want to see what the hell's gonna happen? Is it gonna be a work? Are they gonna pull a Montreal screw job? Is Charlotte gonna be professional about it? Is Becky Lynch going to try to carry this match? But no, they were both professionals and they pulled out a good match. Unfortunately, they're not friends anymore. But it's what it is. But Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair honestly stole the show, and it really shocked the hell out of me that this match didn't go like completely balls to the walls. Is crazy with the shit that like Charlotte's been going through, just being a fucking bitch. um Anyways, Becky Lynch won, the right woman won, and here's the thing: Becky Lynch is getting babyface reactions next month, or at least the next pay per view, whenever that is. She's set to face Liv Morgan, who is clearly a babyface. I mean, I know they're trying to make her heel, probably, but it's just like I feel like it's too little, too late. I felt like you should have started Becky Lynch as a babyface and then work her to being a heel. Just check out my rebooking of Becky Lynch. Rebooking Becky Lynch's return to the WWE 2021. Watch that video. That should have been the way you book Becky Lynch. Like it's like top notch, one of my best videos. But that should have been Becky Lynch's road to the top, not this shit. Where it's like you want her face, you want her heel, you don't know what you want, but you just want her there. Anyways, moving on. Next on the show, it was the Survivor Series men's tag team elimination. And I'm gonna be honest, this match was solid for the beginning, and then it just went to shit. So I didn't like that Austin Theory replaced Rey Mysterio. The concept of making Raw have all world champions was a smart concept, but then they made Austin Theory replace Rey Mysterio, which made no fucking sense in a business standpoint. Yes, it's good to push stars, but when you want to tell a story with like, oh, let's make it them all world champions, that is a smart thing for Raw to do. Like, we want to win, so let's put five credible guys. And honestly, if you wanted to push Austin Theory, why didn't you just have him win the Battle Royal? A Raw guy wins that shit anyways, and that would have been a perfect place to push Austin Theory if that was the goal in the long run. And how cool would it have been for Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio to be the final two, given the history that they had last year? It's just like, think, you fucking idiots. And it's just like, I just don't get it. And here's the crazy part: 2020 was honestly not that bad as far as writing standpoint for Raw. And then SmackDown obviously picked up once Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns teamed up and had that epic feud with the Usos storyline. So they had some credible writing, and because they didn't have a crowd, they had no choice but to give you good storytelling. And I was like, now you have a crowd, people are paying money, and now you don't even want to fucking try. You fucking idiots! Like, god damn it. Anyways, this match, it was uh, it was weird. So Kevin Owens, who turned heel, he wants to get credit for being a top heel. Like, he just walks out and just gets himself counted out, and I'm like, okay, like, yay, see you in AEW, like, I guess. Then you had freaking Happy Corbin get coup de grace by Finn Balor. Then it was the well, actually Xavier Woods gets eliminated by Xavier Woods gets eliminated by Bobby Lashley, and I could have sworn that Xavier Woods was gonna be booked the way Jeff Hardy was in this match. And yes, I like Jeff Hardy, but he has been super directions that makes me give a shit less. And I would have rather have Xavier Woods be booked the way Jeff Hardy was in this match. He didn't have to win, but he had to just like be booked like, the way he was. Because I'm gonna be very honest, Jeff Hardy looked lame as shit. Like he couldn't do a proper swanton bomb. He couldn't do that like finisher where he jumps on someone's back and then does the legs scissor kick on the turnbuckle. Like it was bad. Like Jeff Hardy's just old. Like just give him a proper retirement and just send this motherfucker packing, or just release him. What the fuck? You released John Morrison, but you kept Jeff Hardy. John Morrison still got a lot left in the tank, and he would have been better off in this match anyways. Jesus fucking Christ. And I know why they're keeping Jeff Hardy because they don't want to reunite the Hardy Boys in AEW because otherwise they'd be fucking screwed. Anyways, okay, but yeah. Oh, there's two double countouts. So first Kevin Owens walks out, and then McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, the two people who were the WrestleMania WWE Championship match, they both get counted out, and you're left with Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor versus Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Tell me if that looks correct. It was the most random ass thing. Like, and then to top it off, Sheamus works as a babyface, but then once he gets eliminated by Austin Theory, he just turns on Jeff Hardy. So then Finn Balor gets eliminated. I forgot how. Probably got counted out too. I wouldn't be shocked. Um, Anyways, Jeff Hardy has to fight Austin Theory and Seth Rollins alone. Eliminates Austin Theory and then goes after Seth Rollins. It looks like he's gonna get the victory, but no, Seth Rollins gets the victory. And okay, cool. It's clear that they wanted to do something with Seth Rollins. They just don't know what, so they just keep giving him victories that mean nothing. I mean, he went from losing to Cesaro to like all of a sudden just getting pushed everywhere. Like I swear, like they're like it doesn't matter if you like this is the definition of wins and losses don't matter because at the end of the day they're just gonna be standing in the same spot. It's kind of like the WCW cruiserweight division back in the early 2000s. It didn't matter who was there just as long as someone was in there actually working. Then we can do the 25-man battle royal to honor The Rock. And it actually made me happy to see that they put this on the show because it's like if it's a battle royal to honor The Rock for 25 years, yeah, it makes sense to put him this on the pre-show. I mean, on the main card. But keep in mind, it's Raw guys versus SmackDown guys, but they're all throwing each other out, which means nothing. And the biggest thing that they're promoting is Pizza Hut. That's right. Pizza took over the Rock's um, freaking moment, even though he wasn't there. And keep in mind, somewhere in the show, there was a segment where Roman Reigns meets up with Vince. Vince says that The Rock gave him an egg that cost like $100 million, which I mean, if you have $100 million, I think you could afford, keeping a Keith Lee, a John Morrison, a Karrion Cross, and actually try to push these motherfuckers. It's fucking retarded. Like I swear to God, like I hate when fans jump the barricade and beat the crap out of the wrestlers, but someone needs to put a fucking ass whooping on Vince McMahon. If he ever goes on that stage, I want fans to just uh, jump in there and beat the ever living shit out of him. That is how like disappointed I am with like the company. Like I don't give a fuck if that's gonna cancel me down the road. Fuck Vince McMahon. Anyways, almost wins the battle royal after eliminating half of the Raw guys, half of the SmackDown guys. The final two were him and Ricochet. Ricochet was an all star for sure, but yeah, this led to nothing because all they did is they were fighting for pizza, and then the Street Profits steal the pizza and throw it to the fans, which is so fucking stupid. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why this match was on the show was because they didn't want to put AJ Styles on the pre-show. You really want to put the guy who tired the Undertaker and his or had the Undertaker's farewell match on the fucking pre-show. Yeah, that's no good for business. That is like probably the dumbest thing you could do right now. Uh, put the It's like same thing with Corbin. You put him on like the jobber status, and you push him just whenever you feel like it, or because you ran out of guys. I mean, hell, he didn't even have a match at WrestleMania this year. Yeah, the guy who retired Kurt Angle did not have a match at WrestleMania this year. Like, yeah, that shows you like how much they care. Good job, I guess. Um. Anyways, RKO beat the Usos. This was actually not that bad of a match. I will say this that RK Bro did get stale, but I know that this is going to lead to them fighting at WrestleMania, which I cannot complain about. Um, Here's the thing: if the Fiend beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania, then I would have been perfectly fine with Randy Orton beating Matt Riddle at this year's upcoming WrestleMania. But now it's like I know that Randy Orton's gonna beat Matt Riddle, go to the world title picture, and then just be another guy in the roster. But it was just like, yeah, you're really not pushing anybody. I mean, it just I don't know what they're gonna do. I really just don't give a shit anymore. Anyways, um Raw women versus SmackDown women. And this was like insanely stupid. So Carmella gets eliminated because she can't put her mask on. Then Liv Morgan, then Rhea Ripley, then whoever the fuck else was in that match. Selena Vega. They all get eliminated like pretty quickly. I think like maybe one SmackDown woman got eliminated. I can't remember which one. But then it was Shotzi, Shayna, Natalia, and Sasha versus Bianca Belair, a 4-on-1 handicap match. And all these girls had to do is coexist. That is all they had to do. And they couldn't even get that right. They were jealous of Sasha Banks because she's over, so they just all get her out of the ring. And then she gets herself counted out. Yes, more countouts, people. More countouts. And this is so fucking stupid. Like, this is how you're gonna treat a woman who's making you the biggest bucks as far as Mandalorian eyes. Like, trust me, when people saw Sasha Banks in the Mandalorian, people were talking about WWE, and this is how you repay Sasha Banks. Like, fucking shame. Like, that's so fucking disrespectful. That's like, thank God the guys like Austin, The Rock, Taker, Triple H are no longer around. Like, imagine like if The Rock, brought a lot of viewers for being the Scorpion King, and you repay him by getting him counted out after everybody just grabs him out of the ring. Imagine that. That is so fucking disrespectful. Anyways, and then it turns into a 3-on-1 Bruce Lee type of match because Bianca Belair somehow survives all three of them shots, Natalia and Shotzi and Shayna, and it was just what the fuck, man. And yeah, it was horrible. I hated this because this was supposed to make Bianca Belair look good, but no. Like, wouldn't it make sense to do Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan versus those four? Like, at least give it some credibility. Make it look like she has a chance. Hell, Liv Morgan is supposed to face Becky pretty soon for the Raw Women's Champion, and now you know for a fact she's not gonna look like Liv Morgan. Never had a shot against Becky Lynch, but the idea is to give her credibility, and this match had that opportunity, and you fucking blew it. Just oh my god, just like who the fuck is booking this shit? It's like a fucking goddamn room full of fucking retards. Jesus Christ. And then the final match, Roman Reigns versus Big E, and this was a fine match, honestly. It felt like a throwaway match. It really did. But it was a good match. I'm not saying it was bad, but I wish it had more of a story other than Roman took Woods' crown, broke it, and Kofi didn't do shit about it, so Big E went back. And it was just like I really don't care anymore. I'm done. I'm just really done. And yeah, that was my weekend. I had one amazing date in Los Angeles, and then I come home to watch this piece of shit. Yeah, that was Survivor Series. It's just like just AEW. Pay attention. Do whatever you have to do to get views. I'm talking going to talk shows, have your wrestlers be in movies, commercials, whatever you have to do just to be a legit quality company. That's all you have to fucking do. You don't have to hire 50, 100 ex WWE superstars just because you want to play with the wrestlers, Tony Khan. All you have to do is be a good advertiser. Like, Jesus Christ, this is what upsets me about AEW. All they care about was, hey, look, we got the ex WWE guys, so you better like us. And it's just like, no, like, work with what you got and make stars out of it. Don't just buy more stars. That's like such a shitty ass booking standpoint. So at the end of the day, it's just like wrestling doesn't mean jack shit to me anymore. And look at my life. I am in a happy relationship. I am having my own podcast, which has been phenomenal. I have a good job at a coffee shop. I am working in media arts. I'm just like, I'm happy with my life. And it's so much so that it just, wrestling is just a fucking afterthought. Yeah, they did it. 2021 broke me as far as being a wrestling fan. Yes, you had your AEW All Out, which was a great show. But for the most part, I just don't care anymore. I really just do not fucking care. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know if I'm coming back to doing more wrestling videos as far as fucking reviews for shows, but that's gonna be it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until then, I'm out.